Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, everyone. I hope everyone is well today on this terrific Tuesday. I hope you are all safe and well and nourished and hydrated. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Um, so I'm just going to talk about a few things, make this a short, quick little quickie, a quick video. Um, this is regarding some politics. For those of you who follow politics, uh, I think with the current situation with the reflecting pond, that Jeanine Piro, Jeanine Piro is going to flip and go against Trump now. I think she's going to actually expose a lot of stuff. It's just my prediction. I may be wrong. You know, these are just predictions. But I think she's going to have some full-on exposure. She's going to expose some stuff because I don't think she's going to want to lose her career because of the fact that she did not have sufficient grounds to prosecute this person, the person who allegedly, allegedly tampered with the Lincoln reflecting pond. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen. I think she's going to turn around and say, "Oh no, screw you people! You're not going to throw me under the bus. You are not going to throw me underneath the bus here. No, 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 no. I'm going to make sure that when it comes to sink or swim, I'm going to make sure that I swim. I'm not sinking. I'm not sinking for this president." That's just my prediction. That's just what I think. I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, they didn't have sufficient grounds anyway to have any kind of prosecution, so I don't know why they were tripping. But this seems to be the way of this administration. They try to do a lot of things that are shady and underhanded, and then they come to the realization that they don't have a case. So I mean, this whole administration on its own is just it's a freaking clown show with all the nonsense that they're doing. But like I said, I just think it's my prediction. My prediction is that she's going to say, no, not going to happen. You're not going to screw me over. Before you screw me over, I'm going to give you the screws. Because like I said, they didn't have sufficient evidence anyway. So there you have it. There you have it. But now let's see. We went into this and another subject here, this illegal war in Iran, and now Iran has always held the ball, and now Iran is like, oh no, sorry, not going to happen, Mr. Trump, not going to happen. You're not going to have control. We still have the Strait of Hormuz, and we're going to keep it that way. Although you tried, well, you did not succeed. So not only have we wasted billions and billions of dollars on an illegal war, we have now also caused fatalities to young service members. And I don't believe that the numbers that they're producing, CENTCOM, I don't think that they're accurate. I think there are more fatalities, stuff that they haven't reported upon, because they want to keep everything on the down low. They want to do like a Lindsey Graham type of operation. They want to keep stuff on the down low, but people know what's happening. Yeah, government in of itself is a conspiracy. So Iran is the sun. And America is the moon. You can never pass the sun. You will never pass the sun. You can try to come close, but you're not going to pass. And this is what happened. This is where we are. This is where we are. And the memorandum of understanding, well, it became the memorandum of misunderstanding to our government because, well, they didn't get what they wanted, and it was all a sham anyway. It was all a sham, like everything else, everything else. And then another thing that's going on, it's going to continue to go on, and what I had said last week, there are going to be attacks. There are going to be acts of violence against um, Jewish individuals, which is an abomination to assault anyone. But I think that these attacks that are going to happen, that have happened, they have been set up by our government because they know people that are mentally unstable. They know who they are. Like I said, they have a dossier on all of us. They know how many times we wipe our butts. So they'll go ahead, they'll get these people, they'll set them up, and then these people will act out aggressively to be harmful to Jewish people, which is, like I said, you cannot assault anyone, you cannot attack anyone. And these are all setups. And they're going to do this between now and the midterms because they want to garner sympathy, which, like I said, no one should be attacked. No one. No Jewish individual, no Muslim, no one who's gay, no one who's black, no one who's brown. No one should be assaulted. But it's all a setup. It's all a setup. Just like what happened now in Cuenca in Spain. The King of Morocco, he set these people up to go ahead and enter into Spain. He set that up. Why? Because Spain does not want to play the nasty genocide game that Israel is playing. It's all a setup. It's all a freaking setup. Everything that happens in our douchebaggery government is a freaking setup. The same way that they have Anthony Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, on trial, congressional hearing about these false allegations about COVID, but yet we have a PDF in chief in charge, and they're remaining quiet about that. This entire war that's going on, this entire war is because the PDF in charge, yeah, this is what's happening. Our government is so screwed. Our government is so screwed. And on top of our government being so screwed, we have these cable networks that are horizontal with what's happening because they support Israel. So I tell people, if you're paying for cable, you're watching shows that support what's happening, think about that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. If you're bored with your life, you want a distraction, watch old TV shows that are on streaming. They're part of the whole friggin' the mess that's going on too, but at least you're not paying for it. Because I know a lot of people that have they've cut cable out, they don't even watch any of it. Why give money that you don't have? Because now our economy, it's like trying to put a 50-pound frickin' pig into like a sack that's only going to hold 10 pounds. Nasty, vile stuff, nasty, vile stuff. So in order to stop giving you money, that's a way to do it. Don't subscribe to cable. Don't subscribe to cable. Don't engage with shows that they support a genocidal nation. Just don't do it. Don't do it. If you have a conscience. If you're bored, like I said, watch old streaming stuff, or enhance your mind. Read a book, learn a trade, learn something on the computer. There's courses you could take. A lot of courses you could take that are for free, or stuff that you can pay like a low fee for, just to keep your mind going. Because a lot of TV, it's all mindless BS. That's what it is, And then what do they do on these reality TV shows? They tear people down. And then you have content creators. Go ahead, knock yourself out. God bless you all. But, some of the content creators, they're good, and they have a unbiased opinion, but then you have some that are just, it's like Sid Vicious. They attack these people. They attack them, and it's like it's Mean Girls on steroid. Mean Girls on steroids. That's what it is. And for what? For what? To sell your soul to the devil? You know? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've watched these shows. I engage with content creators. I've made comments and everything. But, it's like, nah, I kind of like I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that, you know? But, the networks are making billions. People are making money, and that's what it comes down to. Listen, if you could sell your soul and make a lot of money to think you're going to get ahead, you'll get ahead for the temporary time, but it won't last forever. It won't last forever, you know? So, something to think about. But anyway, I went over quite a few things here. It's time for me to get back to what I was doing, because right now I am cooking some food. Now, what I've been doing, I've been making, I buy dry beans, and then I soak them, and then I cook them, and then after I cook them, I make them into like almost like a bread, by adding gluten-free flour or sometimes regular flour, but unbleached flour, and nothing with the bromium phosphate, none of that, which that's a whole nother topic, because the FDA, they have us like sitting ducks. There's foods that's on the market here in America that have been banned in other countries, but they don't care, you know. Let us all get sick. Let us all have all kinds of ailments while pharmaceutical companies make money and while insurance companies make money. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying about the food, I've been making dry beans, and then after I cook them, I'll make them into a bread by adding, like I said, flour, either gluten-free flour or regular flour, and some baking soda and some yeast, and make a loaf, and it's good stuff. And just trying to stay healthy, trying to stay healthy. Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, do the right thing by people, and just be careful out there. Be careful out there, because we're living in some very, very unstable times. I mean, the world has always been unstable, but now it's unstable on like hyper steroids. It's where we are. It's where we are. Anyway, till next time, have a great day. Bye.